All women love to shop. White people can't dance. All Asians are good at math. These statements may seem harmless to most people at first, but don't be fooled. These are stereotypes. You may think that these statements don't hold any weight, or that they may just be harmless assumptions. But when they start to deal with more serious topics, like all Arabs are terrorists, or all Mexicans in the U.S. are illegal, their false and hurtful nature really come to the forefront. The same goes for prejudice, as they deal with racism, sexism, nationalism, homophobia, and many more. In this speech today, I hope to share with you what the difference between a stereotype and prejudice are, as well as the dangers that they create. So, to begin, we will first be focusing on what is a stereotype. In our textbook, Communication, Principles of a Lifetime, a stereotype can be defined as to place a person or group of persons into an inflexible, all-encompassing category. I even gave a few examples of stereotypes in my introduction. To put it very simply, stereotypes are generalizations that are made about groups that are widely circulated and oversimplified. They also commonly share and spread an inaccurate representation of people that they are about. And as for the content of stereotypes, they are usually based around someone's race, nationality, sexual orientation, and or their gender. And on to our next question, what is prejudice? To reference our textbook once again, they define prejudice as a judgment of someone based on an assumption that you already know relevant facts or background information about the person. So, people that have prejudices against someone or something are not fully and correctly informed, but they make these prejudgments anyways. American psychologist Gordon Allport also puts it very well in his definition of a prejudice. He says, it is a feeling, favorable or unfavorable, towards a person or thing, prior to or not based on actual experience. So, now that you know what stereotypes and prejudice actually are, I'd like to get to what I feel is the most important part of this speech, which is trying to educate you on what the dangers of stereotypes and prejudice are. First of all, a very simple statement can be made. The use of stereotypes encourages prejudice. When a stereotype is used or believed, it is easy for you to take that all-encompassing statement and look at it as the truth for everyone that it is supposed to be about. Then, from there, you may find yourself to think that you know more about a topic or group of people than you actually do. This is when prejudice comes into play. As for the social aspects and dangers of these topics, Oxford Bibliographies puts it, prejudice and stereotypes are biases that work together and create and maintain social inequalities. As we know, these are still people out there that are racist, homophobic, and sexist, and typically these stereotypes, whether they realize it or not, are pertinent to what those people believe. Another danger that is created can be physical danger, because prejudice can quickly turn into discrimination, which is the negative behavioral action against an individual or group based on things such as race, gender, sexual orientation, as well as other things. If the point of discrimination is reached, it is devastating. And in the past, there are many examples of this. For my last danger that can be a result of stereotyping and prejudice, there is emotional damage. These actions really have the power to cause emotional damage to someone because they can feel as if they are being incorrectly judged or characterized. If prejudice or stereotypes are placed against them, that is what can happen to them. So, to wrap things up, I hope that this speech was helpful in learning about the ideas of stereotyping and prejudices. As well, I wish that you can now recognize the harm that these actions can bring is substantial, and that they have real effects on the world and all of the people in it. Stereotypes and prejudice are no joking matter, and their ramifications are great.